What is good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Foxy. Welcome back to the Fox's Den. Getting into another reaction. It's a beautiful Monday. Had a great time over the weekend just chilling with some friends. And also had Major 3 of Call of Duty League. That was a lot of fun to see. My favorite team made it all the way to the grand finals, but fell a little short. It's all good. Still an amazing run. I had a great time watching it. And that's really all I've been doing for the past couple days over the weekend. Haven't even gotten to the new episodes yet for My Hero and the rest of that stuff that drops on Saturday. So we might watch some of that today as well. Haven't really decided yet. I'll either watch it today or watch it tomorrow. I haven't really decided. But for now, we're getting into the new episode of Vinland Saga. We're officially in the double digits, episode 10 of season 2. The last episode was just gorgeous. I mean, the whole episode, like the imagery and depiction of like Thorfinn's, I guess, perspective on how he feels about how he's killed people that he doesn't even really know or he never really had a grudge against. You know, really kind of like reflecting on himself within his dream, and Ashlad kind of giving him advice and also like kind of being that father figure, even though how ironic it is in that dream still, and telling him to keep carrying his baggage and carry those people that he killed with him and continue to go down the path that he's walking to change into a better man and, you know, become a true warrior. You know, all the dialogue and the imagery of last episode was just amazing, and what he saw in his head as Valhalla is literally just like a never-ending place of people, of warriors just fighting it out to the death constantly 24/7. Like that's like what that's what he depicts it as, is because like warriors, everyone that he's known that's a warrior that enjoys fighting like that, they never want it to stop. I mean, just think of Thorkel, for example. Like, he is pissed when Canute draws his forces back or tells him to stop or whatever, stop advancing. Like, he's all about the smoke. That's all he wants to do. So it's really cool to see Thorfinn actually, you know, reflect on all the stuff that he's been through and like kind of be inside his head and see the perspective on how he looks at these things after being a warrior for so long and traveling with the Danes and all of the, you know, unspeakable things that he's done, and how remorseful he is for that. I mean, that's what it goes to show too, like in the last episode or the episode before that, when he punched that one retainer and broke his jaw. I mean, he felt really, really bad about that. Like, that's how it kind of showed in his dream when he was talking to his father at first, and then he falls all the way back down that like ravine to Valhalla. Like, it's like that he saw it as like that punch set him back like eons of the progress that he made on him trying to become a better person. That's what it felt like for him, at least. And so when he finished having that dream and Ashlad's telling him to, you know, carry all that baggage and continue climbing and become a true warrior after he comes out of it, and he's talking to Einar, he finally makes his vow of like, I'm renouncing violence, like I'm never going to hurt somebody again, and that's like my goal. And he has like a very clear determination on what he wants to do now, even if it's not like a super big goal or not like materialistic in terms of where he wants to be. He knows exactly what he wants to do for like himself and his own mental state and what he's kind of cherishing in terms of his values. Like, he doesn't want to hurt anymore. He doesn't want to kill anymore. He wants to just be a kind person and not hurt people. That's like where this is coming from, and I love how he's gotten to this point, and the character development for him is on a whole other level, being able to see all of this, and now he has like a clear-cut determination goal of what he wants to be, and I feel like that's going to be really good for him, because he seems like he has even more motivation now for himself, whereas before he was kind of shocked and surprised by Einar's knowledge of farming, and he was learning new things and he was enjoying it, but he never really had that like drive, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was kind of getting that through Einar, but he didn't have it himself yet. Now I feel like he really has it himself, to where he's going to be like trying to work hard every day to become a better person, to learn, to work hard. Like, he has like an actual motivation now to do things for him, do it for himself, which is beautiful. I love it. And I really love the ending scene of that episode, or pretty much the ending scene of that episode, where he made that vow to not produce violence anymore or hurt anyone ever again. and you kind of see him look over the hill, and his father is from what he sees, his father's walking away and down the other side of the hill, basically saying like, okay, I don't have to worry about him anymore. I'm proud of him. This is a step in the right direction, and he's got a good head on his shoulders now, and he knows what he needs to do, which is amazing. I mean, like I said, the imagery and everything and the dialogue in the show is just otherworldly. I mean, it's fucking stunning. So seeing all that last episode and him coming to his clear-cut goal of not wanting to hurt anyone anymore is just beautiful. I think it's amazing. But I wonder how much he's going to be able to keep that in line, because he doesn't even really want to hurt. Like, he doesn't even want to punch somebody. Like, he felt remorse for that punch that he gave the retainer, even though that retainer kind of deserved it. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder how long this is gonna, or how much. I wonder if he's gonna be tested at one point. Like, his vow is gonna be tested because he has to defend himself or defend someone that he cares about. Like, is he just gonna freeze up and try and talk the situation out from here on out? Because as you know, like, some warriors, they are not about that shit. They will just fuck you up to fuck you up. So I wonder how he's going to react if something like that comes up, because I feel like you still need to defend yourself in some way if your life is being threatened. Obviously, you don't want to go out of your way to produce violence and just do it just because like, that's how, like, he killed most of those people through his travels with Ashlad and the rest of them, is he didn't even really know him. He just killed him because, like, he was traveling with the Danes. Like, he killed him because he had a job to do with the Danes. Like, he didn't know them. He didn't have a grudge against them. It was none of that. So I can get that now. Like, you don't have a grudge against any of these other people, you know, not selfishly taking away someone's life. But if your life's being threatened, what are you going to do then? That's one thing that, you know, makes me really curious in hoping that we'll actually see something like that at some point, because I don't feel like you can completely throw away violence off the table if it comes in terms of defending yourself or someone that you care about. At least that's what I think. So I'm curious to see if he'll be tested in that fact. But other than that, last episode was amazing, and it's just so good. So I can't wait to see where we're going with this episode. Hopefully we get back right into Thorfinn's mindset and really see him motivated. That's what I'm assuming that we're going to see, is like them actually getting some really good hard work done. Maybe we get a little bit of a time skip again and we actually see like they're able to get their crops done again because they got ruined. I mean, I'm ready to see some positive impact and see them doing well, because obviously Einar and Thorfinn, they got out of that punishment because the retainers fucked up, and they knew they did because someone left the ring, so there was evidence on like that they fucked up their farm, so that ass beating of theirs was justifiable, and so that's why they didn't get punished. Thank God, because they shouldn't have in the first place. And so yeah, hopefully I'm gonna see a good positive influence in this episode and see them motivated and actually getting some work done. That's what I'm expecting. So yeah, can't wait to get into it. Let's get into it right now. If you guys enjoy it, please leave a like down below, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when the next one's dropping. Let's get in the episode 10 of Season 2, Vinland Saga. Right into the opening. Okay, I like that. We're getting this out of the way, and we're going to get right into the episode. The meat and the potatoes. Come on, baby. The Cursed Head. Bro, it show's scenery is unmatched, bro. Oh my god. Combined with the soundtrack, like, nah, this shit is different, bro. Looks like it's nice and bright and green, so I'm assuming it's spring, summer. Time has definitely passed a little bit, I think. Man's is jacked, bro. Getting this hard work done. Look at both of them, bro. They're fucking toned as shit, bro. This is hard-ass work. Get you in shape. This is a big-ass tree they're trying to cut down, too. I love this. They're working together. They got a clear goal in mind. They're both motivated now. They support each other. This is great. I love this. Oh wait, what? That's the last tree they gotta cut down? Look how happy they are. Nah, Thorfinn's actually laughing. Oh my god, nah, dude. Damn right.
3年以上かかったか。 この開墾地の次の収穫分で俺たちの自由が買い戻せるってさ。
Wow. Oh my god, amazing.
来るらしい。
そうか。
With the next harvest, bro. The next harvest. That is fucking amazing.
どうするんだ。
国に帰っても家族はもういねえし。
Yeah, that's true.
それに
アルネイズさんのことか。
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
気が引けるよ。
Yeah, it sucks, man.
彼女を手放す気がないからな。
やっぱりアイスランドに帰るのか。
うん、そうだな。多分。
Really?
なんだおい、ぼんやりしてんな。
Obviously, it feels like he might be apprehensive about it because he hasn't seen anybody from his homeland in fucking forever. Literally his whole life, basically. I would love to see that, though. I would love to see everybody in their village just absolutely shocked to see him and, like, alive and well. And oh my god, I would love to see that, bro. We'll see if he actually goes through with that, though.
やってみたいことはある。世の中から戦争と奴隷をなくすことはできないもんかな。
He knows exactly what it's like to be a deplorable warrior, and he has remorse for all the shitty shit that he did and all the people that he killed. He wants to... That would be like a dream, yeah. Like, that's such a big goal, and he actually is thinking about that to see if it's possible, and he wants to try and accomplish it if he can. Oh, you damn right they're going to get that done. No shit, bro. Yo, nah, dude. I love Ketil, bro. He respects their hard work, bro. He realizes how hard they've worked. So all they gotta do is plant the seeds and they're fucking free, bro. They don't even gotta wait for the harvest. Ah, shit. Bro, I don't like the sound of that, bro. Nothing better... There better not be anything happening to this fucking man, bro. Because if he dies, someone else is gonna try and take control, bro. But then again, I guess there would be some sort of fail-safe in place, like maybe Pater would take over or like have some insight. Maybe even the old master, since his father's still alive. Omar got a little fucking stash on him now, bro. He growing up too. Still a little bitch, I'm sure, though. Well, if they did decide to do that, because they don't really have a clear idea of what they want to do once they're free, at least you're getting paid for your work now, and you're a free man, and you're on the same playing field as the other retainers. So, bitch, don't fuck with me. What benefit is there for the worker from that which he labors? I have seen the task which God has given the sons of mankind, with which to occupy themselves. He has made everything appropriate in its time. He has also set eternity in their heart without the possibility that mankind will find out the work which God has done from the beginning even to the end. Whatever that is, 3:9:11. Eschalestes? I don't know how to pronounce that. Is that from the Bible? I'm not very religious. Or some other holy book, maybe? I don't know. What's going on here, bro? We with ships and shit. Warrior ships. They got shields. What's going on here? Is this CANUTE? What's up? Who the fuck is this? I see a beard. Your Majesty. Wait, is this CANUTE? He has a full... You got a full ass beard now. Yo, this man's... Yo, nah, bro. This man's CANUTE, baby. Oh my god. This man just keeps growing the fuck up rapidly. Love this shit. Oh, this is his home. I'm assuming where he was actually like born.
イングランドよりご無事の帰国お喜び申し上げます。今はすでにお話もままならぬご様子。
Wow. No longer even capable of speaking?
持ってどれほどか。
手当てのものの申しますにはこの数日が峠。
Damn, so he's on his last legs. He's about to pass away within the next week.
わかった。世の名代での見舞い、大義であった。たまに世と遊んでくださった。
Looking back on fond memories.
ご自身はそんなことには頓着なさらなかった。
Seemed like a good brother.
それ。
おお。
大丈夫だよ。
なんと。
You gotta let them learn for themselves sometimes. You'll be surprised.
お前も少し過保護だぞ。
こんなに着てるから動きづらい。それに暑いよ。脱いでいい？
強く優しいお方だった。兄王陛下にはよく助けていただいた。
That's nice. Why is he seeing his father's head?
ほらわっぱども、よそで遊べ。まったく子供というのは気楽な。
You're damn right. That's how they should be.
いかがされましたか、陛下。
I wonder why he saw his father's head right there. Does he like regret something, or I don't know?
父からそれぞれにハントを継承し
Or does he think his father's gonna haunt him or something?
兄ハラルドはデンマークを。
Well, that's good. Let's hope it remains as such.
征服に際し、兄ハラルドは大艦隊を貸与するなど積極的に彼を支援していた。
ご無沙汰しておりました。ハラルド王。
Damn. He looks really, really old. Even though he isn't that old, or that much older than Canute.
よい、無理にお越しする。
Maybe like a decade at most.
お話は陛下のお加減の良い時を選ぼう。
そなたに。そなたに。
I figured as much. Okay, so he's gonna be king of both Denmark and England. I mean, that's how much he respects his younger brother.
嬉しそうなことを申されますな、ハラルド王。
大したものだがクヌート。よくもそ知らぬ顔でそんな嘘がつけるものだ。
兄様？
自身が毒を持った相手を見舞うか。
Oh, wow!
だな。それでお前は一体何を成し遂げるというのだ。
Oh my goodness.
王道楽土のためなどではない。
He wants the power.
そなたの心には野心が宿っておる。
Wow. So this is why it's kind of haunting him, is because he made this decision to take out his own brother. Even though he was kind, even though he was friendly, even though he was a great older brother, he still decided to poison him because he wants all of that power to himself. That's fucking crazy.
デンマークとイングランド、二つの王冠をかぶり、世の倍苦しむことになろう。
軽いめまいだ。
ご心情を用意してくれ。クヌート陛下は船旅でお疲れだ。
Canute is playing a dangerous game, that's for sure. Now, especially now because he's taking out his older brother. You can tell he's starting to he's battling with this and within himself. That's why he had that vision, and his father's talking to him as like his head. And bro, he's not fully dead set on this because he's constantly thinking about how his brother was kind to him as a kid, and even though he's doing all this. And look how Perry. Yeah. Oh my God, this show is amazing, bro. Wow, bro. He's paranoid now because that's the way he takes out all of his competitors.
少々いたずらが過ぎますな。スベン王、楽土建設は国家の統一が前提です。王が二人いてはいずれ災いの元となる。
He's thinking far, far in the future.
死は必要なのです。スベン王、かつて私はあなたを憎み、死を願った。だが今はどうだ。私が腹を割って話せるのは。
Oh my goodness, bro! The irony. Nah, this show is goated, bro. This shit is insane, dude. I can only imagine where this is gonna go. This is the weight you carry as becoming a king and trying to take control and all the power of everything. Look how much they got along, and look how he keeps on thinking about this, how kind his older brother was, but he still went through with poisoning him and killing him. This is crazy, bro. This is wild. The fact that Canute is willing to go through with this, I mean, it's sad, but it's also... This is just captivating. I don't know how other way to explain it. Yeah, he did, for sure. He has a strong fucking will and goal, and he's really acting like a king now. Decided to take his own brother out. You. That is crazy, bro. Nah, this shit is wild. Who would have thought this little babied kid, so innocent, would become who he is now, taking over England and Denmark kind of effortlessly. That's where he's sitting. That's the window he's looking out of right now. Yep. Wow. As if he's almost... Dude, this man's as cocky and he's too smart for his own good, bro. Holy shit. Like I said, kind of effortlessly, right? Like, he has done and accomplished all of this within, what, 3 to 5 years? Became the king of England, poisoned his own brother. Now he's about to die. He got the words from him. Denmark is yours. Boom. Like, dog, nah, he's moving so quickly. And it's haunting him a little bit, too, because obviously I mean, that's crazy shit to go through, to kill your own brother, knowing how kind and good-hearted he was to you. I mean, fuck, bro. Wild. Alrighty, guys, what an absolute amazing episode of Vinland Saga. That was just absolutely stunning, bro. The show is so fucking captivating, bro. It's so good without there being much action. Like, I understand some people's complaints that, you know, this is definitely a lot less action than the first season. That much is fucking clear, yes. But how much the dialogue, the scenery, and the character development is carrying this shit right now, you don't need the action. I mean, this is so fucking good, bro. And then, as I thought, I didn't think there was an end credit. There wasn't, so we're good. It was just like a little preview, as usual. So we'll save that until we actually watch the next episode next week. All in all, this episode was really, really, really good. I loved it. Off of the self-respect and the kind of reflectiveness and thoughts that Thorfinn went through last episode within himself, and really gaining a goal and some motivation through all that, coming out of it. And then into this episode where they, like we thought, there has been some more time that has passed. It looks like it's kind of summer, spring now. Maybe even a little bit farther of a time skip, if I had to guess. I'm not really sure, because their bodies definitely look way, way, way more toned now. Like, they have been, you can definitely tell they've been doing this for years. And they actually cut down the last tree. The last tree is done. It's down. All they got to do is till the soil and plant the seeds, and they're good. And Paytar was already talking to them like, okay, yeah, by the time next harvest comes and you sell those crops, you'll be able to buy yourselves back. So, like, they're already, like, they're this close. Like, they've made the progress and they've put in the work, and they're right there. It's very, very close. And then, so be it, fucking Kethel comes and talks to them, and he's like, wow, you guys are doing a great job. And he's actually taking notice, and he respects how hard they've worked, and he's been watching over them ever since he bought them. To get this work done, and he sees how much they put in the work, and he actually gives them a little bit of a discount, where once the soil is tilled and you plant all the seeds, once the seeds are planted, you're good. You can buy yourselves back. That's all you need to do. You don't even need to wait for the harvest. And he even gave him an offer to work as retainers there on his farm if they wanted to stay. Because obviously the two of them aren't very clear on what they want to do after they gain their freedom back. Einar especially in his case, because he doesn't really have any family to go back to in his homeland. Even in his homeland before that, I mean, they were all farmers, so this is all he really knows. You could say too, because he's really good at farming. So that might be actually a pretty good deal for him. It would also be a good deal for Thorfinn. It's a good deal in general because you've gained your freedom. You don't have to deal with that discrimination anymore. At least, I mean, there's going to be some people, as we can tell already from the other retainers that are there on that farm that have never been slaves. They still give Petar shit, and he's not a slave anymore. It's like, oh, the guy that used to be a slave. It's like, oh, man, shut your dumb ass up. But anyways, it's still a really good deal for them because instead of just working on the farm and trying to get this work done and just working, you're actually gonna have the freedom to work at your own pace. You don't have to work your fucking self to death, even though they're kind of used to that efficiency at this point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they do work very, very hard, but in that state, whenever you're a retainer, you get to have a place to live instead of just living in like a little barn with hay. I'm sure you actually you could probably build your own place if you wanted to, I'm assuming. I don't know, but then you also are getting paid to do this work and whatnot for him. So it all kind of works out. You have your own little decent life if you choose to stay there, which is a nice deal. It's very nice of Ketil to do that, and I'm glad he actually appreciates and takes account for their hard work, and he gave him that discount. I was like, yeah, you guys have worked your fucking asses off, and it's been a little over 3 years, and you guys have gotten the job done, and you're like pretty much at the finish line now. Just gotta till the soil, plant the seeds, and boom, you're good. And then you just keep on repeating that process over that land that you cultivated. And it's really amazing to see. So I'm really glad we did get to see that this episode. I wasn't expecting it to go that far into the, that far of a time skip or that far of a progress skip, I guess you could say. Because off of the last 2 episodes, I mean, they only had like one area, like one plot of soil tilled and wheat growing before the retainers fucked it up. And so to see this much progress in that skip and see how happy they are and they're laughing with each other and they got motivation now, like they're like both of them had one hand on the tree when they pushed that last tree down, as a sense of like camaraderie, and they did it together. Like, oh man, it's so amazing to see like the character development for Thorfinn, and then also Einar like always kind of being this optimistic person and always having this drive to get this job done because he wants his freedom back that badly, where at first Thorfinn didn't give a fuck. He could care less if he was free, dead, alive. He didn't care. But after living with Einar, learning all the things through Einar about farming, working together, accepting and kind of receiving this kindness from Ketil, I mean, he's grown a lot. And then also Ketil's father, I'm sure, helped him even more because, he kind of gave him some insight about being empty and being able to fill yourself up with things that you've never learned before, to become a new person, to be reborn. I mean, it's amazing to see. It's so fucking amazing to see. So I'm really glad we got to this point in the episode, or this point in the show. I was not expecting it to happen this episode. Like, I was like, damn, that's the last tree? Like, no fucking shit, let's go, bro. Like, it got me all giddy and like just like smiling like for them, because that's amazing. They finally are where they want to be, and they're that close. They're at the finish line, bro. So really, really amazing stuff. And so Einar and Thorfinn were kind of talking before Ketil showed up and about what they want to do after they gain their freedom back. And Einar is not really sure, as we said, because he doesn't really have family anymore back in England or his homeland. And then Thorfinn, Einar asked him, like, are you going to go back to Iceland? And Thorfinn was like, oh yeah, maybe, it's possible. And, so he's at least thought about it. That would be amazing to see, just because I would love to see everybody in the village's reaction, see who's still alive. Is his mom still alive? Who knows? I mean, it's been like 20 years since he's been home. So I would love to see if his mom's still around. I'm sure his sister is still at least around. Maybe she has her own kids now. Maybe she actually married one of the men in the village, because like everybody was swooning over her whenever they all left Iceland in the beginning of season 1. Because as you could tell, like the men that Thor's brought with him, like the young men, they were all like proposing to her or like confessing their love before they left, because like they think they're actually going to battle and like about to die and shit, which they very well could have. But Thor's is such a badass that he was able to get all of them out of there alive. But yeah, that would be really cool to see if he actually entertained that idea and went back to Iceland, because I would just love to see everybody's reaction to him actually being alive, how much he's changed, seeing him as a young man, because the last time they've seen him was literally this little fucking kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like having conversations and like how much he's been through and whatnot. Like, I would love to see that, just in terms of the interaction and reactions from his villagers and friends and family, and the conversations that they would have, like the dialogue that would come out of that. Like, this is how good the dialogue is in the show. Like, I would love to see that. Then again, he didn't really seem too convinced on that idea, as Einar noticed, just in the tone of his voice. So he was talking about something along the lines of like, you know, Einar, what do you think? Like, do you think this is possible? Like, do you think we could rid the world of war and slavery? Like, this is what's on his mind now, after being a warrior, killing people, having remorse for that, coming out on the other side of that a better man and wanting to do better for himself and be kind, and then also living as a slave too, and seeing how other slaves are treated throughout his whole life, because obviously he's been around other slaves, or how slaves are treated even in his homeland, and then also throughout his travels with the Danes and being a warrior, and then becoming one himself all the way in the end, or where we're at now. So the fact that is on his mind, I mean, as Einar said, it's kind of like a pipe dream. Not a pipe dream, but that's like one really big dream. And the fact that he didn't really have any self-regard for himself in the beginning of this season, at his lowest low, to where he's at now, where he actually is able to laugh, and he's smiling, and he enjoys his life, or at least has some sort of purpose now, and he has this big of a goal or a dream that is on his mind. Like, I don't think he's actually thinking about, like, I don't think he knows how to go about it yet, but the fact that that's even on his mind to begin with is amazing, because it shows that he wants to do something better for everybody. And this is what he wants to do, I think, in his mind, to atone for what he's done personally, because he's killed a lot of people and he's done terrible things. So the fact that is on his mind, like I said, the character development is fucking astounding, and it's very interesting to see him actually talk about it with Einar, and Einar's like, wow, like it felt like Einar right there. Whenever he heard him say that, it was like kind of like us hearing him say that too, like the audience, like, wow, like this kid is really this man is really starting to change, and he has something so big and grand on his mind, and he wants to do kind things for people, and you know, it's just fucking beautiful, bro. And I think that's pretty much where we left off with Thorfinn and Einar and on the farm, and I mean, that's just astounding. So it's obvious that he doesn't know how to go about it yet, but the fact that he has that in his head, and he wants to do better for other people and for the world in general, I mean, that's just a complete 180 in his perspective and his self-esteem, which is amazing. It's fucking, like, it's just amazing. Like, I don't know any other way to, I've used every adjective in the fucking book for this character development, but absolutely astounding. And then pretty much the other half of the episode is centered around Canute. We get back over to like these warships that are traveling on the water, and we're like, I was like, all right, these definitely look like warships. Like, what the fuck's going on here? Where are we going with this? Like, who are we traveling with? And then sure enough, we see it's King Canute, King of England himself. His goatee is really starting to show now. He's got a nice little beard, just like Thorfinn and Einar, and he's really turned himself into a young man, and he's conquering England. He conquered England in less than 3 years or some shit. He's making great progress, and showing his IQ is definitely up there as a smart fucking individual, and being able to take over England like that, like it was nothing. Pretty effortlessly by taking out his competitors through poison. So much so that he's done it to his older brother. His own brother he has poisoned so he can have control over England and Denmark, because he took over England first. He became king of England, and this whole time King Harold, his brother, has been king of Denmark, and he wants control and power of both. He wants to be the king of both England and Denmark and have all of that power to himself. I don't necessarily see that as a bad idea, because he's very smart, but as we can see, it's definitely haunting him a little bit. He's definitely kind of teetering back and forth between good and bad, I guess you could say, because I mean, it's this route that he's taking is very effective. Obviously, he's getting this shit done, and he's doing what he wants to do. But now it's gone to a point where, like, you're killing your own brother, and you can tell it's kind of fucking with him, because he knows his like, he remembers fond memories of him being younger than him and being a young kid, and his brother actually being very kind and treating him well, and being a good older brother. Like, he was really a good older brother. And the fact that he's made this decision to poison him and kill him is quite something. And that's what's kind of going on right now, is he's come to visit his brother because he's he's towards the end of his life within this week, and he's the one that's done it. So he's trying to come to terms, I think, with what he's done, and he's seeing his own father's head kind of talking to him like, what are you doing? What is this farce about? Like, you're the one that poisoned your older brother, and now you're sitting here apologizing, and you're fucking playing this like act, I guess you could say, in front of all of the other people that are over there watching him, his sister and whoever else. I mean, it's kind of like, it's literally like, King Swen, his father, is kind of laughing at him and haunting him because he knows what it's like to be king. And sure enough, Canute is doing it way better than he ever did, and he's playing even dirtier. I mean, he took control of England like it was nothing with the poison tactics, and now he's about to take over Denmark the same way on his own older brother. I mean, it's quite intriguing, to say the least. Like, it's just quite a dynamic for him to be going through this so effortlessly, but you can tell it's definitely messing with him a little bit because of that vision he had with his father over King Harold at the bed, and then also just like kind of talking to his father, to himself, because I don't know, maybe he's going a little crazy with how quickly he's taking action like this. I mean, like I said, it's very intriguing, but it's also kind of sad because the way they really showed that his brother actually cared about him and he was a good older brother, whereas some cases, like in like people, obviously because of succession and stuff like that, some siblings don't get along whenever you're in a royal family like that. They're like, oh, fuck you, like I don't care about you, like you're nothing, like you're a spoiled brat, or like you're not a warrior. Like his brother could have very much been like that, like, oh, you're a weakling and like you're not talented, and but his brother was actually a very good influence on him and very nice and kind, and even let him grow a little bit too. Like whenever he fell over trying to catch the ball and Ragnar was super worried, like he was gonna cry or something, King Harold was like, no, relax. And Canute, sure enough, got up on himself and he said he was okay. And then it really showed that he was a good older brother, and it's quite shocking that Canute is willing to go through with this, and that was quite the plot twist. I wasn't expecting that, but sure enough, I mean, it makes sense with his his drive to conquer the crown and the throne and power, really. So yeah, now he's basically on track to be, he's already king of England, but he's on track to be king of both, because right there at the bed, I mean, King Harold already told him like Denmark is yours. Obviously, nobody else has any clue that he's actually poisoned King Harold, his brother, besides his father, who was haunting him. So, in terms of the whole dynamic within his own head and him going through with it, it's fucking astounding. Like, wow, this episode was really good, man. That was crazy. That was really crazy because the fact that he's thinking back on fond memories of his older brother, and it goes to show that, he's already done it. He's already gone through with it, and he's already on track to die. But it seems like he is trying to convince himself that this is what he wants to do, but he's still kind of feeling the weight of what he is doing, and how fucked up it is. So, curious to see if maybe he has another vision and it really starts to fuck with him even more, where he wants to, like, he regrets it and it's like too late and then King Harold passes, or I don't know. It kind of seems like it's already not like that, because when he was talking to his father's head, like in the room by himself, he was mentioning like, two kings will make things fucking dire, or it will cause problems in the future. Like, even though they have a good relationship now, doesn't mean they will always have a good relationship in terms of what they view in terms of tactics and war strategy or politics. You know what I'm saying? They could always disagree on some things like that. I mean, that's what happens when you have more than one mind kind of at the same table. There's tons of opinions, and he's a very smart individual himself, and he wants to carry all of that on his own. And he feels like he can. I believe in him. He is obviously very smart, but then again, I feel like that's going to catch up with him, and that's what kind of his father haunting him is laughing about, is like, this is the curse of the crown. Like, you're going to have a lot, like, you're going to suffer even more than me. That's what he said. So, the fact that he's done all this already and he's about to be king of both, I mean, he's going to have a lot of shit on his hands. And not only that, but he kind of like mocked his father, or like just kind of laughed about it at the end of all that. Like, this is all it took, As he's looking down at the same area where Ragnar, his brother, and him were playing, he's like, this is all it took? This was nothing. This is what I'm saying. It was effortless for him. Like, he did all this so easily. Became king of England by taking out his competitors, and now also becoming king of Denmark by taking out his brother. I mean, he's on a fucking hot streak, bro. Like, the fuck, he feels like he's unstoppable. I mean, like I said, it's like all under 5 years that he has accomplished that stuff, so... Yeah, he definitely knows what he's doing, and he's very smart, and that much is clear. But he also is aware of that, and is like, damn, this is nothing. Like, what? I just took over England and Denmark in under 5 years. Like, yeah, it was easy. So he's obviously kind of aware of that. But I like how like his father's kind of there to haunt him, and like this is like the curse of the crown or whatever. Because maybe he'll actually get humbled at one point. Like maybe he gets a little too overzealous and maybe fucks up, and maybe he gets humbled by the haunting of his father or some certain decision that he makes or something like that. I'd be curious to see that in the future, because obviously he's already paranoid about receiving drinks from somebody, because that's how he takes out his competitors and anyone who challenges it, or who has a right to challenge his claim to the throne. So he's already paranoid of that, as you can tell, because this lady was bringing him a drink and she was actually confused. So obviously it's not poison, but the fact that he has used this tactic probably 3 or more times already to take out his competitors, he's already paranoid of receiving a drink from anyone. We'll see if he's able to keep up his guard like that the whole time that he's on the throne, or if that actually comes to bite him in the ass. Because as you can see, he's already paranoid of that, which is very, very ironic. And I mean, you can't beat this shit, bro. This episode was fucking amazing, bro. I mean, shit, what? I don't know when I stopped watching it, but I feel like this fucking discussion has been going on for like 30 minutes, just like dissecting the dialogue and the imagery and the irony. I mean, oh my god, this show is always a treat to watch every week, man. That was a good episode. I think that's about all I got, though. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, please leave a like down below, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when the next one's dropping. I'll see you on the next reaction. Y'all be good. Deuces.